6 bizarre archaeological discoveries. As we all know, one thing archaeologists do is dig things up. And while some of their findings are no more interesting than an old rusty coin or some medieval jewelry, others will really leave you amazed. So join us as we explore 6 of the most bizarre archaeological discoveries around the world. You don't want to miss this one, so sit tight and let's begin. Number 6, Valley of the Whales. First on our list is the Valley of Whales. Only a few sites in the world can speak of an evolutionary tale as much as the Valley of Whales. This remarkable piece of history is located in the western desert of Egypt, and it's known locally as Wadi al-Hitan. Now, what made this site really special is the fact that it is a large collection of long-extinct fossils of a suborder of whales known as Archaeoceti. And what researchers found really crazy about these marine mammals was that they had hind legs. Yep, you heard me right. These 50-foot-long skeletons had delicate hind legs. After the first discovery by Philip Gingrich, the discoveries just kept coming. They found over 1,500 vertebrate skeletons. Amongst them were other marine animals like sharks, turtles, crocodiles, and even fossilized shark teeth from 41 million years ago. If you're like me, then you must be wondering how possible it is to find such a large number of fossilized skeletons in the middle of the desert. Well, the answer isn't far-fetched. Thousands of millennials ago, there was a shallow sea in that area, but over time, it dried up. And because the deserts of Egypt were so dry, these fossils were perfectly unharmed. However, although the fossils at Wadi al-Hitan are certainly not the oldest in the world, their sheer number and remarkable preservation make them invaluable. It was for this reason that UNESCO designated it a World Heritage in 2005. Number 5, Acambaro figurines. At number 5, we have a collection of small ceramic figurines allegedly found in Acambaro. Now, we use the word allegedly because the validity of these figurines is still being questioned today. They were discovered by a German shopkeeper named Waldemar Julsrud, and according to him, he stumbled upon the artifacts while riding his horse in the area. He then hired a local farmer to dig them up and paid him for each object he found. The farmer discovered about 32,000 figurines, which included dinosaurs and statues of different people from all over the world. The authenticity of these findings was, however, challenged because the huge collection included dinosaurs. Now here's the real puzzle. Archaeologists believe dinosaurs have been extinct for the past 65 million years, and man's knowledge of dinosaurs has only been limited to the past 200 years. So if this is true, then there's no possible way that any human could have seen a dinosaur or even modeled them 2,500 years ago. However, upon the discovery of these artifacts, creationists from all over the world proclaimed them legitimate, because if these figurines are proven to be genuine, then they could be used as evidence of the coexistence of dinosaurs and humans, which could damage the theory of evolution and offer support to the literal interpretation of the Bible. Whether or not the paleontologists accept this discovery as valid, we think the figurines are pretty impressive archaeological findings. So which side are you on? The creationists or the scientists? Let us know in the comment section below. Number 4, Göbekli Tepe. Well, we all know humans started settling into permanent towns, farmed, and then built temples in 8000 BC, right? Or did they? To answer that question, we need to travel back in time to 1994, when an astonishing archaeological discovery was made at Göbekli Tepe in Turkey that blew this hypothesis apart. This discovery contained a number of large circular structures supported by huge stone pillars that had carved images of animals that dated back to the 10th millennium BC. Göbekli Tepe is considered the oldest structure in the world, but what really confuses a lot of archaeologists is that evidence suggests that the people who built it were semi-nomadic hunters, who were likely unaware of agriculture. This raises the question about whether building projects like this led to settlements, or were settlements the cause of the building projects, as was always thought. Number 3, Map of the Creator. At number 3, we have an artifact which was a stone tablet that some people believe to be a type of guideline used by the architect of the world. It's known as the Map of the Creator. This isn't just any stone tablet. This stone tablet has left researchers scratching their heads since its discovery. And as difficult as it may seem to wrap our heads around, some Russian experts believe that it could be 120 million years old. Now, this slab depicted not just the environs of the Ural Mountains, but also a series of engineering projects that included about 7,500 miles of channels, several dams, and some notations of unknown origins. These notations have not been deciphered yet, but they are thought to be some form of ancient Chinese. It was discovered by archaeologists from the Bashkir State University on July 21, 1999, and the discoverers were immediately surprised by its size. This artifact measures 58 inches high, 42 inches wide, 6 inches thick, and it weighed up to 1 ton. No wonder that it took them 6 days to unearth it. The stone was named Dashka by Alexander Chirov to honor his granddaughter who was born on the same day. Number 2, the Shroud of Turkey. At number 2, we have the Shroud of Turkey. No archaeological discovery is more debatable than this one because this long piece of twill cloth bears traces of blood as well as the darkened imprint of a man's body. Many believed it to be the burial shroud of Jesus Christ. It has been kept in a silver chest in the chapel of the Holy Shroud in the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist in Turin, Italy, since 1578. Now, although the Catholic Church officially recorded the existence of the shroud in 1353 AD, which just happens to be when the cloth showed up in a church in Loire, France, the legend of the shroud actually dates back to about 32 AD. Well, according to the legend, the shroud was transported from Judea, which is now southern Palestine, then to Turkey, and later to Constantinople, which is now called Istanbul. It wasn't until sometime in the 1980s that researchers laid hands on it to determine its true age through radiocarbon dating. What they found, however, didn't seem to sit well with everyone. They discovered that the alleged burial cloth was actually created between 1260 and 1390 AD, thereby insinuating that it was a forgery. Number 1. Footprints discovered beneath the ocean. The footprints were discovered beneath the ocean. The discovery takes the cake on our list of bizarre archaeological discoveries. A deep diving robot recently found a set of footprints about 4 kilometers beneath the Pacific Ocean between Mexico and Hawaii. The fascinating thing about these footprints is that they were completely huge, measuring about 6.5 feet in length and 13 inches in depth. As researchers continue to try and understand who or what such humongous footprints were doing in the ocean, there simply wasn't any explanation for the bizarre discovery, even up till now. Scientists ruled out the possibility that it was caused by mining. They also added that these tracks were too large to be caused by fish or any deep-sea diving creatures. These tracks left the researchers scratching their heads as it had 3,500 depressions in total, and it stretched for miles. So is it possible that we have finally come across proof of technology that is not from this earth? Or are these just a result of deep diving whales, which, by the way, haven't been recorded diving that deep? The truth is, we may never know for sure what these footprints are, but one thing we do know is that whatever caused these footprints is definitely something to be terrified about. Archaeological discoveries most times try to paint us a picture of what it would have been like to have existed in medieval times. So which of these discoveries did you find most bizarre? Let us know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!